Hello everybody, I'm Joey and I have some really cute Christmas cards today. I have one template and we're going to make 4 cards today that are easy. They're easy for you to duplicate with any stamp set that you have or stamp, bundles, whatever you have. This is the easiest template and all 4 cards use the same template, but they're all 4 very different. Today is not my normal day for Facebook Live. Today is Tuesday, November 26th, I think, or is it, let's see, yeah, November 26th. My normal Facebook Live day is Wednesday, will be tomorrow, and we are doing tomorrow as well. Today, since November we lose the week of Thanksgiving for my normal schedule, then I had to crunch everything earlier in November so as not to leave anything out. So if you're wondering, why are you showing up on Tuesday because you're usually on Wednesday, that is why. So I'm going to pull you up on my iPad here. So when you pop on, make sure you say hello. Oops, I don't have the sound down on my iPad. Say hello, let me know where you're from. It takes a while for Facebook to let people know that I'm live. So I'm going to just, while people are popping on, I'm going to just find myself on my computer as well so that I can see your comments. That's where I see your comments. Okay, I see a couple people are jumping on. Yay. Hi, Christy. And Judy. Oh, Judy, I'm live, so you are watching live. You're not watching replay, my friend. All right, let's get started with these cute cards, and we've got some things to explain to you as well. Let me go ahead and get the camera heading downwards so you can see my workspace. I'm going to go upside down, and then you'll be right side up. So it takes a moment. So if you get motion sick, don't look for a moment until we kind of get everything squared away. Hopefully that's about right. And hopefully you're right side up. It looks like you are. Oh, Judy, okay. I don't have, sorry, I was watching my own replay because I have the same sweater on. Oh my gosh. The reason for that is because I came on earlier to let people know to remind people that I was going to be live today. There's Julie. Hi. So Julie is here. So now I have everything pulled up the way it's supposed to be. So that's good. I'm happy you're here, Julie. So nice to see you. And everyone else, when you pop on, make sure you say hello. Even if it's replay, I always do come back and say hello back and visit with you. And if you have questions, answer your questions. So today, I'm going to try and simplify this and hopefully just not make it more complicated. So today we are going to make 4 cards. I'm calling it Christmas Chat and Craft. And so if you put in an order this week, you will get this PDF tutorial, which is the cards I'm going to make today in a lot of detail, close-up pictures, instructions that are very detailed, and a product list so you know what I use for the cards we're going to make today. So you will get that. Your order has to be $45 or more, but you don't just get that. But that is in addition to what I normally send, which is my class kit. So as well, today, if you order this week, forget I just said today. I lost my train of thought. You will also get the card kit for this week called Snowy Wonder, and this is tomorrow's Craft Along with Joey is tomorrow. But if you put in an order this week, you will get the card kits for these cards. And I will prep those the beginning of next week and get them out by the end of the week. So, and the PDF tutorial for this. So that's what you'll get this week. Now, if you pre-ordered this class, so if you signed up for the Craft Along with on a pre-order, you have all the card kits already, and you'll be crafting along with me tomorrow. And you also have a lot of extra product to make more. You have some DSP, you have gems, and you have some ribbon or twine. I can't remember exactly what twine came with this class. Okay, so now I'm going to say one more thing and hopefully not confuse everyone. If you are local, we're going to do this class next Thursday. So it's going to be December 5th. You just have to let me know by the 1st, which is a Sunday, if you want to come, and then I'll prep everything on Monday morning. This is an in-person class for those that want to come over to my home in Lincoln, Nebraska. So if you're anywhere near me, it's from 3 to 7. You can come anytime you want to. Just let me know you're coming so that I have a card kit prepared for you. Now, as another perk for this week, for those of you that are online, I do have a card kit prepped. These are the kits we're going to make today, and I have one extra one prepped that I'm going to do a drawing for. I'll also do a drawing for the finished cards today. So if you comment, you give me a like and a heart, and especially in order, you get more tickets in the drawing for if you put an order in. Plus, you also get then the card, the card kit and the 2 PDFs, etc. Okay, I hope that was clear. If it wasn't, you can always message me and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'm going to move the computer out of the way and kind of move my workspace over just a little bit, and then we're going to get started. So the first set we're going to work with today is called Yuletide Village. This is in the Holiday Mini Catalog. I had it out here, and then I got so busy with everything else I forgot to show you. So Yuletide Village is on, it's kind of towards the back. It is on, it's way back here actually, page 56. And it is up here, is this little stamp set up here. This is a separate one down here, a Shepherd's Care. And then there's also a separate one here, a background stamp, Falling Snow. But we're going to work with this one today. This one is really, really cute. Now, I'll tell you, I did not order it initially because those of you that know me, you know I'm not a big coloring person. So I have a couple cards for you today with this stamp set where we're not going to do a lot of coloring. We are going to do a little bit of coloring. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and I just realized I forgot to pull a greeting out, so that's okay. We will find another greeting. Hang on a second. Let me look. Darn it, it's been a little crazy around here. Let's go ahead and, because I have this one on my desk, this is where we're also going to work with this, and I'm going to take this greeting. Not completely sure. Do I have that already mounted? Yeah. Not completely sure that's going to work with this card. I'll show you. So this stamp came out of a stamp set that was in last year's catalog. It's still current. Hoping your home is filled with spirit of the season. So it's all about the home. This is the only stamp that I did not pull from the 2 stamp sets we're featuring today. They're both up here. If you want to figure out what is she using today, I have the Yuletide Village number and the Light the Year bundle. So let's go ahead. We're going to give this a try. I'll show you how we're going to make this card. This one has more coloring than the next one, but we'll see if we can make this work. I hope it'll work. What I have to figure out is if my house and my greeting are going to fit on the same piece of paper. But you know what I think I'm going to do, just to make this easier? We're going to stamp the house first, and then if the greeting doesn't fit, then we're just going to grab another piece of scrap paper and make a strip for this. So let's go ahead and stamp our house. I'm going to use Memento Black here. So happy Thanksgiving week, everyone. I hope your week is off to a good start. I can't believe we're at Thanksgiving. It seems like we just had October 1st and now we have the end of November. I'm going to ink this really well with Memento, and then I'm going to stamp towards the top of my scrap paper. This scrap paper is probably like 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, let's see there. And then I'm also going to stamp the little fence. There's a tiny little fence next to the house, which you probably can't see very well on the card. But we're going to go ahead and stamp that. Let's see. Whoops. Well, that's not good. Don't drop it on your hand. And then I'm going to have to get my head in the picture here, so hang on. I'm going to put it right next to the side of the house. Let's see if I can see. There we go. Kind of like so. Now, we're going to stamp a tree separately, so we're not going to do that right now. We're going to go ahead and color this. Let me just see if this greeting will sit here. I think it's just a little bit too wide, so that's okay. We'll, you know, if you haven't watched me before, that I typically make a card, unmake parts of it, remake it, and we get it all figured out. But we won't have to remake the card, but I'll let you know how we're going to fix it up when we get to that part. So I'm going to grab my dark real red marker. Actually, let's do the windows first. So I have here light lemon lolly. You could use any yellow marker that you have. You could use daffodil delight. If you're a stamper, you know what I'm talking about. Now I just realized on my original I colored this. Well, I think it is part of the window, so we're going to go ahead and color it. For a moment I thought maybe it was the snow above the window, but I don't think it is. So we'll just see, there's not very much coloring on this. It's going to be really fast and really easy. Then I'm going to take my crumb cake, and there's a little bit of the roof shows just a little bit, so I'm going to take my marker. It's pretty skinny right here, so I'm going to be kind of careful, but again, it's not too much coloring, so it's pretty easy. Now the shutters, let's go ahead and make those same color. Crumb cake, and now our door, the same, like this. So I'd love to know what you're doing this week for Thanksgiving. Again, if you're watching replay, go ahead and comment, because I always come back and answer. We're staying here this week. My family's in Colorado. Steve's family is here, but they tend to not get together on the holidays. They get together before or after. So we will be, Steve made reservations for his mom and his next in line sister, Carla. We're going to a Thanksgiving buffet at a local restaurant that's a really, really nice restaurant. We've done that a couple times on Thanksgiving, past couple years, and it's very nice because, you know, it's not enough people to cook a whole turkey for. I guess I could, but we just go out, let somebody else do the cooking on Thanksgiving. And then we will see Steve's family for sometime in December when everybody can get together on a Saturday. And then we'll see my family at Christmas time. So that's what we're doing. I still have a lot of outside work. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but I still have to pull up some plants outside, and I'm planning to do that over Thanksgiving. And I'll do some stamping, of course. So here we've got this sweet little house. Now, I didn't make a village out of these little houses in the church. I'm just using them as individual stamps, but they would make a very cute village. But as I said before, I'm not a huge fan of coloring. If you are, you're probably going, that's kind of a hot mess. It's okay. The blends markers make everybody an artist because they just color so easily. All right, I didn't grab my smoky slate. Let me grab that for a second. And smoky slate, yeah. Want to make sure I had the right one. And then we're just going to color the fence a little bit. It's not really, well, it is a fence, but it's more like a rock wall, I think. This reminds me of fences in England where they are rock. So there's our smoky slate. So Now, since we're coloring, let's go ahead and stamp our tree and color our tree so all the coloring is done. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a little piece of scrap paper, and then here's my memento again. Just gonna stamp our little tree. And then for this little tree, I use shaded spruce markers, and I kind of, well, how do I say it? I avoided some of the branches so that they would be like snow. So I'm going to kind of look at my, is this light or dark? This might be dark. I want light. Yep, that's dark. I want light for this. So let's go ahead and color this guy. And I'm kind of looking at my sample here because I kind of like the way it turned out with some of the branches having snow at the edges and some not, obviously. And then I'm going to go ahead and color the parts I'm going to color down here, so I just remember that this is a snow place down here. And come up like this. And coloring, I will say coloring is relaxing. Oh, I think I just colored what was supposed to be my snow. Okay, so we'll put a little bit of snow here at the bottom. That wasn't supposed to be colored in, but we're gonna go for it. In the PDF tutorial, you'll have this picture, so you can see how I did the snow, which I think I did it better on that one. We do have a blends marker that will erase, so to speak. But I'm not going to bother with that for the sake of Facebook Live, just so you don't have to sit here and see me dink around with that. I'm just putting a little bit of dark shaded spruce, and I'm going to go back and blend it in just a little bit more, like so. So again, as I said earlier, I'm usually not on Tuesday, but I wanted to share this with you. This is really an in-person class that I thought I would at least share the PDF with everybody that ordered this week, as well as tomorrow's card kit. So I thought, let's just go ahead and go live and show people how to make these cards. And then they can see it too. I think it just helps to see cards made as opposed to see a picture. I mean, pictures are better than nothing, obviously. A lot of us get our inspiration from pictures, but I do think if you can watch somebody make something, it kind of gets it in your brain a little bit better of, well, how did she make that? So just fussy cutting around this little tree, so he's all ready to go. I'm going to set him to the side as well. And then we're going to make a little strip of paper here for our greeting that is going to be a different greeting than that one. But we'll still have a greeting on the front, and it'll work out okay. So let me grab, let's see if this is long enough. That's just actually about right. So I'll get that one, and then I'm going to grab my little trimmer. Well, let's go ahead and stamp this first. So I'm going to stamp it. Okay, I'm sorry, just kind of thinking about how am I going to make this work. So this is going to be real red. Probably get my head in the picture. And so let's go ahead and, I'll be okay. I dropped my paper in the ink, which is not that helpful. I know today it's really busy, probably for everyone getting ready for Thanksgiving. Okay, let me go ahead and stamp this. I'm going to stamp it towards the top of this strip as far as I can, which is really helpful with photopolymer because you can really see. There we go. Okay, now, can I fit that on here? Wish I could fit this on. What do you think? It's going to be tight. You know, I'm going to live dangerously. I'm going to go for it. Because I like the way we have this curve of the snow under the house. So if this doesn't work, then I'll be covering it up with the strip that we just did. So I'm going to get up a little higher here. You can't see that I'm standing up, but I'm standing up, and I'm going to go right over the top of this. And I'm going to really watch the top of the letters so I don't get into the house. And let's see if we can make that work. Yeah, I think that will work. And since we have the word sending love and light in the windows in the house show, since I can't go and reach for my other stamp that I used in my sample here, if one of you demonstrators or any of you that are avid stampers recognize this saying, you could pop that in the comments so people know what that one is. Okay, now a little bit more fussy cutting, which is not a huge deal, but we're going to cut around this fence and then the top of the house, kind of like so. Now, if you're watching Facebook Live and you come in late, I always post my Facebook Live to YouTube on my channel. You have to look for my name, which I have Create with Joey on YouTube, but sometimes that's not enough to find my channel. So if you put my name, Joey, Joey, Hartman, Hartman, comma, Stampin' Up, it seems to find me better than Create with Joey. I don't know why. I've tried to go in and change that, and probably need to ask somebody who knows a lot about those things to help me get that done so you can find me there a little bit easier. Let's take a piece of real red cardstock. It is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored on the long side. Whoops. Throwing things around here. Scored on the long side at 4 1/4. Okay, now here's the template I was telling you about. Every one of these cards has a piece of DSP, and it also has a mat. So this piece of DSP is 3 3/4 by 5, and then the mat is just a teensy bit bigger. So when I cut these, and when I prep them for next week's in-person class, I can cut all the different DSP at one time and all the cardstock at one time. Does that make sense? So I can stack them up and cut them all the same, which saves so much time. All right, now let's go ahead. This will be the inside of our card. Let's go ahead and, well, let's do a little stamping on this. So sending love and light. So what else have we got here for greetings? Let me grab, how about wishing you peace, joy, and light? Kind of goes with it. So let's do that. I have that one mounted as well. Some here, wishing you peace, joy, and light. There we go. Let's do that. Alrighty, let me grab the real red back, and let's go ahead and ink it up. Be sure you say hi if you're watching. I'm not seeing too many people jump on, but I know I'm in the right place because Julie made a comment. Otherwise, I would think, uh-oh, I might have gone live in the wrong place. Let's go ahead and do our greeting there. And let's see, do we have anything else? I'm just looking at the little house set to see what else we could put on here. We could stamp that little tree. Well, we'll just let it go for now. At least we have our inside gradient, so that's all good. So let's go ahead and put that in. On my sample cards, I usually don't always get the inside stamped and decorated, so then when I'm live on Facebook, I have to think, oh, what would be cute on the inside? Okay, So there we go. Now for this particular card, we're going to wrap the ribbon around it. Like so. And make a bow on the front. So this is how I'm going to wrap my ribbon. Just going to wrap it right around the loose end is towards the right. And I'm going to pull this around. And then the left one, I want to go up towards the left, and this goes, the right one's going to come around like this. Now we're just going to tie a bow right here before we put this down on our card base, like so. This is the black and vanilla ribbon, gingham ribbon. It's so pretty. It just dresses up pretty much. And this season, it's not seasonal. It can go fall, winter, spring, and summer. I do love it for fall, well, and Christmas. Well, I use it all year. But it's one of my favorite ribbons. We used to have black and white. And I like that one too. It was a little bit thinner and it was a little bit harder to tie. This is a really beautiful ribbon. It's a little bit, I don't know if I'd call it satiny. It's not really satin, but it's really pretty ribbon. Okay, let's go ahead and get this on the back of our card. Now I'm going to avoid putting adhesive on the ribbon. In fact, I'm going to kind of go around it a little bit with my tape runner. Whoops, come on. Oh, this one's just about out. But I have another one here. All right, so let's go ahead and put this on. Whoops, I don't want that. And put this like so. Now this paper, I used the Winter Meadow paper. It is in the annual catalog. See if this is going to work. Well, it's not as good as my other one, but we're going to put a tree. Let's put the tree on this first and see how we're going to situate all this. So this is going to go over like this. On my other greeting, I had a little more room for my tree to put it on as well. So I think what I'll do is pull some mini dimensionals in here. And we'll go like this. So again, if you're local to Lincoln, Nebraska, I would love for you to come stamp with me next week. It's going to be our Christmas party. So I'm going to have a little gift for everyone. I'll have some drawings. I'm going to have snacks. And you just come, and it's free with a purchase next week. So you pick out whatever you want and put your order in, and then this class is free. So just go ahead, and I have one class every month that is free with the purchase, or if you've never been before, it's free to come and try it. And this is that one for people that are local, but for people that are online, you can also get this tutorial. Let's see how this is going to go. I'm going to move this. What I'm going to do is make this bow just a little bit smaller, and I'm going to take the ends of my bow, and I'm going to kind of try and slant this bow a little bit more towards the right, like that. Does that make sense? So it's kind of out of the way of my greeting there. There we go. You know what? I forgot to put gems on these cards, but I have some gems here, so never fear. I always have gems. Cut that a little short, so let's pull on this just a touch again. That's okay. It's going to keep it out of it's going to keep it all in the envelope this way. So there we go. I do have some gems here, so I just wanted to remind you guys too that these gems, not those, well, I have two sets here, but I wanted to use these. These gems, oh gosh, is the back of this one? That's not it. These are iridescent faceted gems, I think. Iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. These are still on sale in the clearance rack. These are only like $3. Can't remember exactly how much they are, but they're not very expensive. Okay, let's kind of take some. They're very sparkly in person. Let's go a couple small ones. That dresses it up quite a bit, doesn't it? Let's go one more medium one down here. So there you go. Now again, if you put your order in, I think I'm a little scattered today, which is somewhat normal. Make sure you use this host code so you get the free gifts I'm offering this week. So this is the first one. I do like it better with the gems. Let me know if you like that one, how you like it. And then let's go ahead and do our second card. Okay, this one doesn't have very much coloring at all. So this is the second one we're going to make, and uses this sweet little church that's in this stamp set. So let me grab the stamp set, or rather all the bits we're going to make this. So I'm going to set the card aside for a minute. Let's grab our sweet little church. We're going to stamp the church in Pretty Peacock. Let me grab that. Oops, that was the wrong one. Let me grab... I had Shaded Spruce. We don't want that. We want Pretty Peacock for this one. This is the Pretty Peacock Glimmer paper that's in the 3-color glimmer is what it's called. 3-color glimmer paper. I have a little speck. You don't want specks on your stamps because then that transfers to your ink pad. So make sure if you see a speck on it, you go ahead and get it off before you stamp it, just so it doesn't get in your ink pad. Okay. Pretty Peacock. I'm going to go a little bit to the right and get my steeple on. There we go. I don't like that. And I'm stamping on basic beige paper. I smeared it a little bit, but it's all right. I don't mind it. I think it's going to be okay for this particular card. All right, now I'm going to grab some Granny Apple Green ink. And I think for this one, I'll use the dark Granny Apple Green, just because it's on basic beige. I actually don't remember if on my card I used the dark or the light. Oops, I think I used the light. Well, we'll make this wreath dark. And then what we'll do is we'll take the light one and we'll color a little bit with the light, and then let's go ahead and add a little bit of the dark green. There we go. Give it a little bit of shading that way. Go back and kind of blend this in just a touch. Not much, just a touch. There we go. And then let's put a red door on the front of this. Actually, Poppy Parade, because Poppy Parade is in the paper as well. So, and we'll go with dark Poppy Parade. And then there's also a little bow up here. So let's get the bow red and the door red. Now, if you wanted to color this whole church, you certainly could. Today, I'm just showing some alternate ways to use these stamps. It's just sweet. It's been really popular. This a sweet, I can't talk today, sweet little stamp set that people are loving to stamp with and make cute cards with. All right, we're going to grab the All Is Bright. I love this greeting for this particular card. So the Yuletide Village doesn't have any greetings in it. It's all images. So you'll need to pair it with some stamp set that has greetings. But I'm sure if you have stamped very long or very much, I'm sure you have some Christmas greetings. I'm going to put this greeting all the way to the right because I am going to put a bow on this guy. So I'll go there. And I just noticed we didn't get any snow coming down around our church. So we're going to go back and take care of the snow. Just cleaning my stamps on my chamois. These are very inexpensive if you don't have one. They're very quick and easy to clean your stamps. Okay, you can also clean your stamps on, when I first started stamping, I used just a washcloth that I dampened and put on a plate and used that to clean my stamps. But the chamois works really well. We put them in our empty stamp cases. You can buy a set of 4 of them together. They're also very inexpensive, and it's just a nice way to keep something to clean your stamps with around your table, around your stamp space. So I'm gonna try actually and get these little snowflakes close to the church but not on the church. Let's go ahead and same there. Then this way, let's go there. And I know I'm getting quiet. Have to not talk while I'm positioning my snowflakes. There and there. So I'm curious as to if you're a person that celebrates Christmas, when do you decorate your home? Do you already have it decorated? Are you doing it this week? We're pretty conservative on when we do if that's the right word, probably isn't, about when we decorate for Christmas. We try to not do it before Thanksgiving. However, we have 2 little lighted trees that we put outside. Again, this is 3 3/4 by 5. This is the same on all the cards I'm making today. So if you want a quick template that's really pretty with every stamp set, this is going to look nice with any DSP and any stamp set. And then cut your mat just a little bit bigger, either an 1/8 or 1/4 bigger. This is the sentimental Christmas paper I'm using. Uh-oh, did I do that wrong? No, that's right. What am I doing here? I don't think this belongs here. So we'll just get rid of that for a moment. Let's get out our card here. The Sentimental Christmas paper is in the holiday catalog, and it is the paper that if you purchase it, Stampin' Up! Gives $3 a package to charities, and I think it's worldwide charities. So it's a bunch of different charities, not just one single one, that helps children in need with reading, with supplies for reading and books and things like that. So that's where your money goes. Part of your money goes when you purchase this paper, and it is so pretty. Now on my sample, I used dimensionals. I guess we'll do that again. The glimmer paper likes to bend a little bit and curve, so you might want to just tape it down when you use it with adhesive, with a tape runner. I'm gonna, if I can find my dimensionals, then I have to start a new pack here. You might want to just glue it down with either, you could use liquid glue or your tape runner, but I'm gonna use dimensionals. That's what I did on my first one. So that's probably what it says in the directions. All right, let's go ahead. I kind of crinkle my dimensionals like this to kind of give them a little bit of pop them up from where they are a little bit, just to make them a little bit easier to grab. All right, let's keep going here. And let's bump up our, like so. And then we're going to just stagger this. This I cut out. It's the largest circle from the, lost my train of thought. It's the largest circle from the Stylish Shapes circle. And then this circle, I use my deckled circle dies. And for one of the other cards, I use them as well. I'll show them to you in a moment. Let me go ahead and I'm going to tuck this guy up here. This is another really simple card design where you just do the original DSP like I said before, like I shared, and then you mat it, and then you put something in the middle backed by another circle. That's all really this is. You could put anything there with any stamp set that you already have. Okay, let's go ahead and put this guy here. Now we're going to tie a bow again with the gingham ribbon. Let's go around. I thought I had done I was going to do my bows ahead of time this morning. And then, you know, as things go, it just went kind of, everything took longer. Do you have days like that where you plan on getting a certain things done before a certain time goes by, and then everything takes longer, you run into snags? That was my morning. So today, it's a little bit crazy right now. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, or I just thought I mentioned it. I have stampers coming in today from 3 to 7 to make a different class, not this one. This one is for next week, for people that are local. And then I have a different Facebook Live tomorrow. I wonder if I should turn this bow the other way. I'm going to gently pull this up. I put a mini glue dot on this, and then maybe we'll just kind of tuck it there. That makes it probably a little bit better to not hide the greeting. So then I'm going to just trim this up just a little bit. So if you're on Facebook and you haven't liked or followed my page, I would love for you to do that. And if you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying the video. And if you are, then just make sure to click the notification bell. Sending love and light this time of year. Let's do this one let's do it in Poppy Parade. Sending love and light this time of year. So this could actually very well be a card for the new year. Say you don't get your Christmas cards done, but you still want to send cards. This is a good one for that, because it talks about the time of year as opposed to Merry Christmas. Okay, so let's do that, and then let's take our little church, and let me clean this stamp. And then let's stamp a little blue church on the inside of this card as well. That would be pretty, I think. We were not going to color it, but let's just stamp it in Pretty Peacock. Here we go. Pretty Peacock, such a pretty color. And it's so pretty mixed in with Christmas colors, which, you know, Stampin' Up, they're just really, really good about that. Well, I didn't stamp it very well. I should have gotten out my mat. It's okay. It's fine. I might come back later with my marker and touch that up a bit, but for now we're going to say it's okay. It's still pretty. It's fine. Let's get those gems back out and put some more gems on it. Let me grab those wherever they went off to. Here they are. And these are kind of fun because they kind of take up the color of whatever you put them on. So for this one, let's go ahead and put it bright. No, that's kind of big. I think it's kind of big for the actual images. So there's like little snowflakes in the background of this paper. So I'll put one here. Let's do one more up here. So there's card number 2. And let's go ahead and move on to our other stamp set. So here's our 2 cards made with the Yuletide Village stamp set. And while you're looking at those, I'm going to get my other ones ready to go. Let's go ahead and grab a deckled circle. Okay, so let's move on to the Light the Year. I had to think about that for a minute. Light the Year stamp set. This is also another really easy card. So again, our DSP on our mat with something in the middle. That's the easiest template you can do. So I know sometimes we spend so much time on Pinterest or looking online for ideas, whereas, you know, just cut your cardstock 3 3/4 by 5, mat it on a little bit bigger piece of paper, put something in the, you know, stamp something pretty in the middle. I used a lot of circles, but on my little church, in fact, I used all circles, I think, today. well, 2 cards use circles. And this doesn't want to close. Let's crease this just a little bit better. If you don't have a bone folder, it's a great tool to have. It really helps you crease your folds well. Let's go ahead and put this on. Our basic white card is thick cardstock. I like basic white thick for card bases, and then basic white for all my stamping. So I've already cut the deckled circle out. Let's go ahead and grab the light. There's 2 lanterns in this set. One is big. Well, they're both kind of big, but we're going to use the smaller of the 2. Sorry, crashing blocks together here. So let's take this one and let's do little stamping, and we're going to stamp right on the circle. These have dies. We're not going to die cut anything. I'll show you the dies in a moment. Let's go ahead and stamp this guy though while the ink is still wet. We're going to stamp this to the far. Hey, let's do what we didn't do on the last card. Let's grab our piercing mat. This is called a piercing mat, but it's really good for photopolymer stamps. It just gives a little bit more cushion than they have on their own, and that makes a nice image. It really stamps well and makes your image really nice and clear. Like that one is really a good image. Then let's leave it there and go ahead and do the rest of our stamping. Let's grab our little candle. There's a tiny little candle that goes with this stamp set. Oops, not that, that's the bow. Got hidden under something else. Let me grab Poppy Parade for this one as well. And then help me remember to show you the dies for this stamp set. We are going to use one of them for our next card. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this card, this little candle, sorry, and Poppy Parade. I'm going to come towards me a little bit so I can get right over the top of it. Because on my other one, I didn't get it exactly in the center. That one I did pretty good. But let's go ahead and finish our greeting. Let's put our greeting on here. Oh, still need the same color stamp set. So let's grab Wishing You Peace, Joy, and Light. Still with Poppy Parade, and we're going to put this just to the right of this, like so. There we go. Now, while we still do have Poppy Parade out here, instead of closing it, I'm going to clean my stamps first really quick. I just don't want any problems with ink getting where we really don't want it because it's on our stamps and we didn't get them clean. All right, let's go ahead. We'll set this aside for a moment, and we're going to stamp a bow. Grab a little piece of cardstock, and actually, let me grab a bigger one. I think this will work. We need a bow, and then we need some greenery, which are both part of this stamp set. So, and I know I said I'll show you the dies, and I didn't do it yet, but I will. Okay, so there's our bow. It's such a pretty bow, and it has so much dimension. This stamp set has so much depth to the images. That's one thing I really liked about it. It was one of the first ones I bought when we could pre-order. As a demonstrator, we can pre-purchase stamps and products before they're available to the public. All right, it has this really beautiful little piece of greenery, but for this part of the greenery, oops, there's a detailed one, and then there's a kind of a, and you know what? I did not use shaded spruce for that. It looks to me like I used Old Olive. So I'm going to grab Old Olive. I have my ink pads close to me, but for Facebook Live, I always pull them out first just so they're all ready to go. But they're not far. If I miss getting one, I don't have too far to go. So let's do Old Olive. My tutorial isn't 100% finished yet, so I'm pretty sure I put Shaded Spruce on the tutorial, but I'll go back and change that to Old Olive, so when you get your tutorial, it's perfect. It has everything that I used, instead of you're looking at the picture going, I don't think that's the color she used. It doesn't look like it. Then we'll take our Shaded Spruce. Now we are going to go right over the top of this with the detailed greenery. Shaded Spruce for the detail. Go ahead and, whoops, I didn't get that. You can look through your photopolymer to see if you inked it well, and I didn't. So make sure you just take a little peek at it before you stamp it. And now let's just go ahead and go over the top of this, probably getting my head in the picture. Oops. Well, I should have done the detail one first. Oh, I did pretty good. That looks good. All right. Sometimes you have to try doing the fill-in part first and then the detail one, or doing the detail one first and then the fill-in. This worked okay with this. So let's go ahead and get the die cutting machine out, and we will get this die cut. And that's really about all we have to do for this card. Just finish putting it together. So let me grab it and the dies. I told you I would show you the dies. So these are the dies that come in it. There are some really beautiful little branches and berries, but I didn't do that for today. Today we're keeping these pretty simple. And there's the bow, and here's the greenery. So let me get the machine out. I usually, only for my Facebook Lives, I only usually do one stamp set, but there's two reasons for today. The main one being that when I have people coming in to stamp, sometimes it's easier for me to be able to have 4 complete different stations by using more than one stamp set. Rarely do I ever use more than 2. In fact, yeah, well, once in a great while. Maybe for a new catalog open house, I'll use multiple stamp sets, but normally I focus on just 1 and at the most 2. And since this is also an in-person class as well as an online video, I'm just went ahead and used 2 stamp sets. The other reason is, my friends, it's getting closer to Christmas. This is Post-it tape that I just buy on Amazon. I'm going to go ahead and tape these down. I don't want them to move. Can you believe it? I mean, I know I've talked about how can it be Thanksgiving already, but now it's going to be Christmas already. I have 1 Christmas gift bought. That's it. It's for Steve. We still do buy each other Christmas gifts. So I have his. That's all I have. And we don't do gifts for everyone in our family. We go to Colorado for my family there, so we do buy my niece and nephew, and then my niece's children. We buy for them. So I don't actually have a lot to do, but I have some to do, and that I haven't done it yet. Also, my team does a little Secret Santa, so I have that gift to get too. We always have a Christmas party, my team and I, and we do Secret Santa, and then we do a shoebox swap for that. Okay, now one thing we didn't do for this guy is we didn't put a flame on the candle. So all I did for that is grab my light lemon lolly blends marker again, and then I just made a circle around. Now lemon lolly, all the markers look lighter after they've dried a little bit, but Lemon Lolly looks especially light. You can see that. Okay, now let's do a little bit of putting together here. I'm going to grab, let's grab a mini glue dot for, well, if I can find them. I don't know why for Facebook Live my mini glue dots just disappear. They just like, they're like, yeah, no, we're not going to. You know, I just looked at this. I know I didn't finish my sentence. I just looked at this sprig here. No, it's okay. I was going to say maybe it should go down like that. I don't know. I might do it like that for this card. We'll see. Let's go ahead and put this on with dimensionals. Grab this. And then sometimes it's a little bit faster to grab your take your pick tool to take off the backings. Okay, now let's get this centered. I'm going to put this just a little bit to the left here. And then, all right. Did you do it like that? No, I'm going to leave it like I did it before. Artistic license. What we really actually need is another sprig there, I think. But for the face of, for the not taking up too much time with Facebook Live today and not keep you here for very long, I'm going to go ahead and kind of center this guy right there. Then let's make a little bow, and we're done with this one. So as I said, for this class, this will be an in-person class next week. But if you put in an order this week of $45 or more, you will get, with this host code, you have to use the host code in order to get the gift, you will get the complete PDF for these 4 cards, as well as this week's class to go, which is Snowy Wonder, which I'll be on Facebook tomorrow. It's my monthly craft along class tomorrow, so just make sure you tune in for that at 12:30 on my Create with Joey page on Facebook. Okay, I'm going to put this here, maybe a little bit smaller yet. Doesn't this ribbon look surprising? Isn't it surprisingly pretty with this DSP? I don't know why I hadn't used it together before, but I like it. I like it with this DSP. Now there is we have a really pretty shaded spruce ribbon that coordinates with this DSP really well too. Let's put this guy up here. Let's see. I don't want it to get in my words, so I might slant it a little bit to the right like so. There you go. So there's that card. Let's put some gems on it because every card is better with gems. Even masculine cards. Well, that means if I can find the gems, here we go. No, those aren't the ones. I've got other ones here. Well, I have no idea where I threw them. This is typical. Oh, there they are. Okay. All right, let's do... These will be pretty with this, I think. And for this one, we can probably use the bigger ones. There we go. And then let's do another one, maybe over here. And then one more little one, maybe up here. Maybe don't love the placement of those gems, but they're a little sparkly. I might come back and add more a little bit later. But there's our third card, 1 to go. Same stamp set, same template. So again, for this one, we're going to grab the same paper, the Sentimental Christmas paper. This time our card base is Pretty Peacock. I'm going to go ahead and get that poured. And then here's the DSP. Same, as I said, same Christmas DSP, which is Sentimental Christmas. And then let's go ahead and get some get it down here on a Poppy Parade mat. And then we're going to go ahead and put this on. You know what, well, we'll do it this way. Whoop! Almost did that. Almost put it on the wrong side. Have you ever done that? Or you've gotten your card done and you realize the fold is on the wrong side? I have done it. I still do it once in a while. Let's stamp our big lantern. And I guess I'm going to get a big piece of cardstock this time. And Memento Black. I'm going to grab my ink pad here. Or my piercing mat, rather. And let's go ahead and stamp this. Sometimes on the big stamp, it's just easier to turn it upside down and then stamp it. And you want to ink this really well. But as you can see, there's so much dimension in this. Give it a good pressure on our mat. Isn't that beautiful? Look how detailed that is. Just so pretty. So pretty. This is my favorite part of stamping, to be honest. It isn't the die cutting. It isn't the designing. It's just putting ink to paper and then looking at what you have. I think that's the most satisfying part of it. And the most relaxing part as well. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to go back and do the same kind of a lantern that we did on the first one. So I'm going to grab our little candle. Grab Poppy Parade again. Let's go ahead and do this guy. And I'm going to get right over the top of this. Hopefully I'm in the screen. It looks like I am. Come down. Could have gone down a little bit farther there, but that's okay. Grab that and then let that sit for a minute before well, actually, we need another bow, so let's go ahead and do that stamping. Got a bow. Oh, well, let's just do it on the same piece. That's silly. Go ahead and stamp it on this guy. And Poppy Parade again, sticking with the same colors. And go ahead and stamp that guy. There we go. Now we'll get these two die cut. I might die cut these off the screen just to save, moving the die cutting machine. Let's go ahead. I can get them set up right now with the dies and then move them over to the die cutting machine and be done in a jiffy. So I'm going to line this up here. I probably better get the base. So let's get the base going here. Now this plate is starting to warp just a little bit. So if you have that problem, if you will stagger your plates, you'll be able to get them back flat again. So I'm going to do that. I'll do that when I actually put it in the die cutting machine. Let me get this lined up here. Okay, now I'll take this little piece of tape, get that down, and then our bow again, like so. I haven't actually counted how many Christmas cards I have done yet, and how many more I need. As I said, this could easily be a first of the year card or just a winter card. Oh, I was going to do it off screen. Oh well. You're going to see it. If you came in late, then you're going to see die cutting today. There we go. Get this pulled off. and the bow. I think the bow is just so pretty and so detailed. It's really, really pretty. As I said, I bought this set fairly early on in my orders because I thought it was also different. Not only did I think it was pretty, but I thought it was a little more unusual. There's some things we've had in the back, and I love lanterns. So I have, in my house, I have a lot of, well, they're not lanterns. I do have lanterns in my house as well. But I have a lot of candles that are on battery operated candles. And I have we have some tall shelves in our great room. And then we have a large fireplace mantle, so I have a lot of, sorry, lost my train of thought. I have a lot of battery operated candles that are on timers, so they come on as it gets dark, which is, I just really like that. Really love it, actually. Let's go ahead and get our card. We only have a few more steps, and then we're done. Let's see, what else do we have here? So we've got our card. We do have to stamp a greeting. Let's stamp the greeting next, and then we're ready to put everything together. Oh, I have 2 of these, and I don't need them. Looks like I cut that one too big. What about this one? They should be 3 3/4 by 1. Yeah, I cut them both too long. Let's grab the paper trimmer. Moment of honesty. I thought I had this class all prepped. I prepped this one and tomorrow's. Oops, 3 3/4. That's what went wrong the first time. I came down this morning to get everything out and ready to go, and I couldn't find the prepped cards for this. And I'm like, what the heck? Could have sworn I remembered prepping them, but they were nowhere to be seen, so I obviously did it in my brain and not in actuality. But it was fine. As I said, this was a really easy class to prep because all of the DSP is the same size. All of the mats are the same size. Did a little die cutting of the deckled circles and the stylish shaped circle. We're going to stamp Sending Love and Light this time of year on this one as well. And I'm going to put this maybe a little bit to the right because we're going to put a bow on the left side of this. And if you don't like to tie ribbons and bows, you can leave them off, or you could just tie a knot. Sometimes it's easier to just tie a flat knot, and then you get the texture of the ribbon without having to tie a bow. Okay, so I'm going to get this on here. Then let's get this on here. Let's pop this up. I'm so happy you're spending some time with me, whether you're spending it, close to Thanksgiving or you find this at another time. Thanks so much for watching my video. I'm really grateful for your support. If you're watching on YouTube, I would love a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. And hearts are always wonderful too. Go ahead. I want my candy cane to show. I'm wondering if I can make that happen. I think I will. So this greeting is going to be just a little bit lower than my sample card here. But this is a pretty big lantern, so I think that'll be okay. And then we're going to put this guy here. So again, same template. And then we've got our 3 3/4 piece of DSP matted on just a little bit bigger piece, and then we're just putting a greeting on it and something in the middle. This one doesn't have a circle, but it could have. I'm going to avoid, I want my candy cane to show because it's so pretty. And then let's grab this guy and let's do a mini dimensional with him. But I hope you've gotten some inspiration today. I hope you've been able to just sit back and enjoy watching someone else craft and take a little bit of time out of your busy schedule, because we know from here on out it just gets crazy busy, don't we? It just does. Even as prepared as we try to be, and I know some of you are very prepared and get everything done ahead of time. I am not that person. Well, that's not completely true. I do work on Christmas cards early. And a lot of them are just the ones I show you online, on Facebook Live and on my YouTube. And then the ones I make for my classes. I usually still make more. So when I make more, I usually do something that doesn't involve a lot of die cutting. It just involves a lot of stamping. Let's grab our bow. Now this bow is going to go here, and I guess it's okay. Make maybe just a teensy bit smaller, because I put my greeting down just a little bit lower than I did on my sample card. I think I need to trim this just a tad bit more. But you know, this paper will go with any stamp set that you have. That's just so pretty, like so. But I think these lanterns look so cute with this, the black and white gingham ribbon. Okay, black and vanilla rather. Oh, we need the inside for this. Let's put it inside. So we've got sending love and light this time of year, and then we'll go ahead and go back to our other greeting that comes in this stamp set. So wishing you joy, peace, and light. Makes me think of, you know, January and February when it's all the Christmas lights are down, and then we're not close to spring yet, and then everything feels dark. At least I'm really sensitive to the light, to the sunshine, and I do that. I have that seasonal affective disorder, so I feel myself starting to head into the blues if I don't keep really busy. And I think this card is perfect for that time of year, wishing you peace, joy, and light for the new year. I think that would be really perfect. So, if you like to buy stamp sets that are multi-purpose, I think this is a good one for that. Okay, there's our card. Let's get some gems on it. And for once, I know where my gems are. Go ahead and grab my paper piercer. This is an old paper piercing tool. We don't have these anymore, but let's see. They just are so sparkly. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see how sparkly they are, but they're really, really pretty. I might put 2 medium-sized ones over here, like so, and then maybe let's put more on this one. Put a medium and a small, and one more. Let's put one more over here. There we go. Okay. Well, what do you think of these 2 stamp sets? Do you like the year? Is that something that you would use, do you think? I know I don't have gems on my ones that I'd made previously. Let's get out the one with gems on it. So these 2 are light the year. Let's just do the ones that have gems. Let's get rid of those that don't have gems. And these 2 are Yuletide Village. So what do you think of these 4 cards? Oops, I don't think we put gems on you. Oh, yeah, what am I doing? Okay, let's get the last card. This card, but I don't find the one with the gems on it. Maybe I didn't put gems on the first one. Oh, yes, I did. There we go. There's all 4 cards. So this was our first one, our second one, our third one, and our fourth one. So I'd love to know which is your favorite. Even if you're not watching live, I would love to know on a replay which you love best. Let me know if I can help you in any way, my friends. And if you're not on my email list, I always send free tutorials to my email list. If you're on YouTube, I'll put that link. Whoops, my toolbar disappeared. If you're on, let me get the toolbar here. So there we go. I'll put all the links to my newsletter, my Facebook page, all of those things. On YouTube, I'll put those in the video description. So there's a little caret below the video. You just click on that, and then it has all my information and all the details. And one more thing, I will be live tomorrow, same time, 12:30. That's my normal time, Wednesdays, with a whole new class with Snowy Wonder, that cute little snowman set. I hope you'll join me then for 4 more card ideas, and take care. Bye-bye.